This pumping station symbolizes the great efforts made in recent years to improve access to water and sanitation in rural areas of Rwanda. It's located in a virtually inaccessible mountainous area and was completed in July 2013. The African Development Bank financed more than 60% of the project. Today, the station provides water to nearly 50,000 people in dozens of villages in the region. This health centre is in Tumba, a small town about 40 kilometres from the pumping station. The impact of access to water has not only helped healthcare, but also the institution's finances.
In 2010, diseases related to water were the second most common of all those we treated here at the health center. In 2011, they were still in second place. In 2012, we managed to get them down to third most common. And in 2013, when the project became operational and we had access to water, these diseases dropped to sixth place. Today, diseases related to water are in eighth place.
Previously, the health centre had to fetch drinking water from more than 4 kilometres away by jerry can, each costing around 30 US cents.
In 2012, the average water bill was between 48,000 and 52,000. But now the last bill I saw for March is about 9,000. That's the difference.
With access to the network, the costs for water have been cut by almost $70 a year, a very large sum for this small care centre. If the construction of infrastructure is the most visible part of the project, other aspects may be less spectacular but equally important: education and awareness.
We met with the authorities here, the area leader and the local health manager, and they showed me some houses that I hadn't been to, and together we started to educate the people there. We saw that some people were well trained, but others not at all. We talk mainly with the women because their activities are at home and they look after the children. It's easier to address them rather than the men because they understand the hygiene issues we're talking about better. They are more implicated as they protect the family, especially the children.
Women learn to manage water, taking proper care of used containers, storage options, and different ways of using drinking water or water used for washing or cooking. With easy and regular access, the women have to change their habits without neglecting the basic precautions to avoid contamination.
We tell them how to wash with clean water their bodies and hands for good hygiene. We explain how to wash their clothes and how to use the toilet and clean it. How to wash hands after using the toilet, and also the use of soap and the water pump. Toilets must be kept closed and cleaned every time.
Some 250 educators crisscross the area served by the pumping station, visiting more than 500 houses and 100 schools. The training is about how best to wash their hands and the management of latrines. The girls are the first to benefit from these methods. In the past, the lack of hygiene and fear of catching diseases made them avoid school. Not to mention, the daily water chores tended to happen during class.
Before, we were often afraid because we had to walk a long way through the forest to fetch water. Alone in the forest, the girls were scared because it took a long time. And it was also very tiring to make this trip backwards and forwards every day. When it was time to go to school, we often used to go and fetch water instead, and we'd miss whole days of class. Now that the water is available nearby, I come back from school and I do my homework. I no longer have to go a long way to fetch water.
All told, more than 600,000 people now have drinking water, and 150,000 others proper drainage, thanks to the pumping station and other infrastructure projects funded by the AFDB. In the north, with its remote and mountainous regions, access to water has meant significant progress in the fields of health, education, and the empowerment of women. Now the goal of Rwanda, supported by the AFDB, is to provide 100% of the population with clean water and proper sanitation.